Hello and welcome to the in-depth series section of Drishti IAS. I am Aisha Singh, and in today's video we will be discussing about a new COVID variant that has been found in the abroad countries like UK, US, and the name of the COVID variant is Pirola variant. And we have always seen that the some or the other variant of COVID-19, that is the SARS virus, that is SARS, the respiratory virus which congests the respiratory system of a person and causes the person death. So the different type of variants has always been in news, be it the Delta variant or the deadly Omicron variant, and now the variant which has recently been in news is the Pirola variant. So let's see the timeline. First we'll be looking at the news, then about Pirola variant and why is it a point of worry. Then presence in other countries, how do viruses mutate and what differentiates Pirola virus from other COVID-19 viruses. In the end, what precautions needs to be taken, prelims MCQ and our mains practice question. So the news says new COVID-19 variant may be reason to worry, and it is a new COVID-19 variant. Previous variant can be Delta, Omicron. What is known about the Pirola so far? So the name of the variant that has recently been discovered is the Pirola variant. Name of the variant becomes important. So an article has been published in the Yale Medicine Review, and the article talks about the rise of COVID-19 infections in multiple countries. So it is not one or two countries, it is multiple countries. There are around 5 to 6 countries in which the new COVID-19 variant has been observed. And it is driven by a new coronavirus variant called BA.2.86. And this BA.2.86 is informally has been called as the Pirola variant. Now let's see this, that why is it considered a point of worry. See, in starting when the COVID-19 was spreading from one country to another country, people could not identify that why is it so dangerous, and it was mainly because of the international travel that the spread of the viruses increased from one country to another country. And then in the year 2020-21, the second wave of COVID-19, when it came, the Omicron variant especially, and before that the Delta variant, and recently before the Pirola variant there was other variant also named Iris, that is ERIS. So different variant had come, but the second wave and especially the Omicron variant was considered to be very, very deadly for people. But now vaccines have come and people are taking precautions also. So the variants which have been coming in the recent past, they are not that deadly as compared to the variants which was coming few years back, that was like around 2 to 3 years back. So Pirola variant has more than 30 mutations to its spike protein as compared to the XBB.1.5, that which is a variant of Omicron that had been the dominant strain in the United States. So the present Pirola variant is different from the Omicron variant, and what is causing problem and what is causing worry around the world among the scientists and the health community is that it has 30 mutations to its spike protein, and spike protein is a protein which helps in entering the virus into the human beings. So it is through this protein that the virus enters into the human body, and it is capable of doing 30 mutations. 30 mutations means it is able to alter around 30 times. Mutations means there is some kind of alteration which is taking place. So this point is what is causing problem. So the spike protein is how the coronavirus enters human cells. So what is causing worrisome is its ability to mutate. Its ability to mutate means its ability to change itself, and every single time it changes itself, and if that change becomes deadly, then this is what can be very lethal for the human community. Then it has been discovered in multiple countries like United Kingdom, US and other countries. So a high number of mutation is a point of concern, because if more and more mutations will take place, imagine if 30 mutations would take place, then even if a single variant of those 30 mutations becomes deadly, then that one mutation can be very lethal for the people. And the strain has been picked up in at least 6 countries, and the cases are unrelated. So the cases are being observed in different countries, and those cases are unrelated. They are not related to each other. And this suggests that some degree of transmission in the international community, because if more than 5 countries the variant is being observed, it means that somehow the variant is being transmitted from one place to another place, and that is why some degree of transmission is being observed in the international community. Because if in different countries or different continents the virus or the variant is detected, it means that it is getting transmitted from one place to another place. And this was similar to the number of mutations that differed between Delta, one of the early strains of the coronavirus, and Omicron. So the way it is getting transmitted from one place to another place is similar to the previous deadly variants of the coronavirus like Delta and Omicron. Now, how do viruses mutate? So there is a natural tendency for viruses to mutate, and it is natural for all viruses to mutate over time, and such changes are particularly common in viruses that have RNA as their genetic material. RNA is the ribonucleic acid. So there are 2 types of genetic material, that is RNA and DNA. RNA is ribonucleic acid and DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid, and they both are genetic material. It means they have the genetic material within it which can be transmitted from the parent to the offspring, and this is what is important also in the DNA testing, that is the DNA and RNA, the matching of DNA testing also takes place, as in the case of coronaviruses and influenza viruses. So the virus enters the human body, its genetic material, which is the RNA or the DNA. First they enters the cell and starts making copies of itself, which can infect the other cell. So when the virus enters into the human body, what it has is RNA and DNA, and the RNA and DNA enters the human cell, and when it enters the human cell, it starts to make its own copies. It means it starts its duplication inside the cell, and that duplication of RNA or DNA within the cell is what infect the other cells also, and that is why virus becomes very difficult to manage or control. And if an error occurs during this copying process, it triggers a mutation. So mutation in itself means alteration. When some change takes place in a process, then some mutation or alteration happens, and that is how a new variant of the virus generates. And that is why if an error occurs during this copying process, that is the duplication process, it triggers a mutation. If the error will happen, see, if the error will not happen, then same thing will keep on copying, and if an error would take place, then something different would come up, and the difference which is coming up is what is causing mutation. Now, what differentiates Spirola from other viruses or variant of COVID-19? So first of all, that it is capable of 30 mutations or more. So this is what is differentiating Spirola from other variant, and this is also the degree of mutations that it is capable of doing is also what is worrisome. This is a much more interesting sub-variant, as the variant initially spread quickly. So in the starting, this variant of the Spirola variant, it spread quickly, but it did not overwhelm populations at a significant scale. It means in the starting, the spread was very quick, but afterwards the spread stopped, and it did not harm as much in the starting it was seen. And it has been detected by surveillance labs in Israel and Denmark. So in starting, the surveillance labs of Israel and Denmark detected the Spirola variant. then what can be the precautions? So it is considered that till now not much harm has been detected from the Parola variant, and so it becomes very difficult to say that some different kind of precaution needs to be taken. So whatever precautions the people were taking till now to save themselves from COVID-19 variant, the same precautions needs to be taken. Like for example, the person needs to wash their hands, use of mask is important, sanitizer is important. If the person is not feeling good or not feeling well, then the person needs to be at home, does not need to go out in a public place. And then vaccination is the most important thing, because it was the vaccination which controlled the spread of COVID-19. Hand washing, very important. Mask is important so that the variant does not spread from one person to another person. Now a prelims MCQ, and this is a PYQ, and the question says human capital formation as a concept is better explained in terms of a process which enables. So it is human capital formation. First, individuals of a country to accumulate more capital. Second, increasing the knowledge, skill levels and capacities of the people of the country. Third, accumulation of tangible wealth. And four, accumulation of intangible wealth. You have to talk about the correct statements, and the codes are 1 and 2 on 1 and 2 only, 2 only, 2 and 4 only, or 1, 3 and 4 only. So try to give me the answer in the comment section of this question. In the end, the mains practice question, and it is also a PYQ of UPSC, which was asked in the year 2020, and the question says COVID-19 pandemic accelerated class inequalities and poverty in India. Comment. So the COVID-19 pandemic which came in the year 2019-20, how it has increased the differentiation of class inequality and poverty in India, and you people need to comment on this. So write about class inequality, write about poverty, and how COVID-19 has impacted it and how it has helped in increase of it, and then write a conclusion. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading and keep writing.